Hello, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW, or as it is on my free-to-play account, which this game is from, it's OGGT-TONIK, which stands for Old Guys Game 2, and I think I firmly fall within that criteria, being more than half a century old. And speaking of centuries, the title there, WVXK, is a bit of a code for what comes next in this game. Now, you'll see that I haven't got very high-level commanders. I've put William Sims as high as I can. He's 15 as that legendary 2 there. But our other 2 commanders are pretty low-level as well, so we're not doing great on the inspirations. And let's just have a look at this game. It's New Dawn. There's only one... I was going to say there's only one DD, but I'm looking at it cross-eyed. There's actually 3 destroyers in this game, and our destroyer says right at the start, "Mate, I need your support," and I say, "Yes, I will." I have started this 30 seconds in, so I wasn't immediately detected off the bat. As soon as I put myself into forward and started my turn, I was spotted. And there is the New York. So we're going to put our first salvo straight out at him. He's done the same to us, but he's also shooting one turret, this cruiser, and misses, thankfully. But Red Team's destroyer has pushed straight under the cap, and our destroyer is thinking about it.
Angle out. Put another salvo on.
I appreciate, the fact that you don't always have to go rushing into the capture point. I'm just trying to work out what this New Yorker's doing. Looks like he's turned slightly away from us. You'll notice that I've turned away and angled out, expecting that next salvo to be there. And having been spotted by a destroyer, I expect there to be torpedoes coming through this gap. Now, for whatever reason, our destroyer didn't have the same expectations as I did, and he almost goes out for a dev strike. He's left with the barnacles and seaweed holding his ship together. But we try to get a lock on the DD there. Here we go. He's going away from us. We're going to put 2 turrets out there, and then we're going to have a look at this New York as well. And I'm thinking, is our destroyer shooting at him, or is he just panic smoking and he's just going to stay hidden? Yeah, he hasn't got the hit points to get engaged in a battle. He is literally one shot. That torpedo could have taken him straight out of the game. But while he's in that smoke, he's only contesting the cap. And there we see guns fired. And I'm just trying to stay on this New York because we can't see this destroyer. I'm spotted because I'm obviously within smoke penalty range of the destroyer. I think it's a Monaghan. I want to say Monaghan in his smoke screen, and I'm furiously going to start pinging the map because the other destroyer is sailing blindly through the middle of the map, obviously hoping to go and get torpedo kills, when B cap is very, very obviously uncontested and could be easy XP and an easy pickup. There we go. That's our first kill of the game. Now, the X on the title does not stand for X-rated, which was probably some of the language that I was using on team comms in this game, but I was frankly absolutely flabbergasted at how backwards some of the gameplay was on this one. I mean, here we've got our cruiser who is whaling on this Monaghan. Whether or not that's his sonar running, I don't know, but he's had plenty of notice for those torpedoes coming towards him, and he goes out of the game. So we've lost the destroyer and the cruiser from this flank. We've got another cruiser with us. The other destroyer has decided to come in this direction instead of going to B cap as we pick up our second kill of the game. And now, even though 2 ships on that cap would turn it a lot quicker, I'm going to head for B cap, and I'm going to ping this DD again and say, get your flipping backside in there and get us a cap. Forgot to mention that Red Team have got an Arc Royal, which is absolute sky cancer. It seems that those players who've been buying lots of crates have gotten very lucky, because there seem to be a lot of Arc Royals in matches at the moment, and I don't know where they've all come from, apart from free crates. I haven't played many aircraft carrier games. We're literally barely into double digits, I think, on my main account, and I have dabbled on this account, but I don't have the commanders for it yet. Now, another reason I didn't sail into AirCap and help it turn quicker is because the West Virginia is an extremely slow ship, so getting turned around and into that cap, it would have been taken by the time I managed to do that. And what I'm thinking is I can push across the Bravo cap, and I can hopefully get a broadside onto this California and onto whatever else is on this side of the map. Our destroyer has finally seen the light and has sailed in to take B cap. Thank you very much. I'm just checking my gun range there because it isn't very big. I need to get this California in close. Now, we've got a California that is currently kiting away from him, and look where our carrier is. He is stuck behind that island. He is screwed. He was screwed the minute that he pulled in behind that island, because he still hasn't got the sense to move, and now it is absolutely too late for him to do anything, because if he does come out, he's going to be in front of the California, and if he stays where he is, there is a destroyer that is going to come knocking on his back door. Now, I was hoping that the destroyer, having secured B cap, would see sense and start sailing across to C cap, because that California is pushing through. But you know what he's going to do? Apart from torpedoing from the rear, which isn't always the smartest thing to do, you know, you'd think he'd stay undetected, sneak in, take Charlie cap, give us this advantage, but he's obviously, or seems to be, a very new player. Yes, I know that I'm sat broadside to the California, but what I'm trying to do is potentially draw a salvo from him, but I'm not spotted, so we're going to get another salvo onto him, and there we go. Our destroyer starts firing his guns and then pops his smoke screen. Now watch this. That California, I think, is going to blind fire there, look, and our destroyer loses 50% of his health in one salvo for absolutely nothing at all. They are chasing shadows. The cruiser behind me, which I think is a Fiji, is chasing a shadow. The destroyer is also chasing a shadow. And the shadow that they are chasing is the aircraft carrier who was last seen going behind that island. Now, had that destroyer been a little bit smarter and had both of the brain cells that his village had issued to them, he could put them together and he would have sailed into that cap, laid a really nice long smoke screen, and then we could have had 3 caps. So instead of putting up loads and loads and loads of points, we're having to basically batter our way through red team as best as we can. Now, I did hit that gator, but the carrier goes out, and
absolutely,
we've got ourselves a merry-go-round going on here. Look, this California has come pretty much from sailing round in the center of the map to pull around this way. He's now pulling through B. The destroyer and the Fiji are sailing around the outside of the map. For some reason, they're still not going towards that capture point. I know I've got at least one destroyer and potentially 2 battleships coming around behind me, and they still have no clue where that carrier is. I get spotted. It doesn't look good, this game, does it? It's a 5 plays 4. We do have a points lead. We do have a caps lead. But what we don't have is a team that is able to do basic arithmetic, basic movement, basic positioning, and just do the absolute basics of what you're supposed to do in this game. Oh man, you can hear the stress in my voice. I'm not going to damage control a single fire. Not when I know that Normandy is firing high explosive. What I'm going to do is let that guy make the mistake. I'm going to sail away from him. I'm going to draw him in. I'm hoping I can draw him in enough so that that California can get a shot at him. Because we still can't see the other California. We lost our destroyer to the Ark Royal, and we're also going to lose our Fiji. But that guy opens up his broadside for whatever reason, and he goes back to port. That is kill number 3. And with only 13 seconds left to burn on the fire, we're going to let that one go. We can't get a shot across the California here, but somebody else can. We are spotted still. Fire's gone out. We're still spotted. Something is behind me. And at this point in the game, my thought is we control 2 caps. There's 5 minutes left in the game. There's around 300 points or so in it. So if I can stay alive and red team can't take all the caps and we can get rid of one more ship, then we can win this game. You think? Well, let's hope that the points and the time are with us. I still can't get onto that Cali. I'm spotted, and am I going to disappear from spot? We do at some point here. I know we do, because I remembered watching it back and thinking the destroyer, at least one of the destroyers, is trailing me. There we go. We aren't spotted anymore. And B-cap is about to start getting turned. So I made the right decision in sailing away, because what we're doing is we are drawing in red team. This California is going to come around that corner, spotted again. He's being led by a destroyer, so I know there is a destroyer here, absolutely. And we're just hanging on and waiting for this Cali to get spotted. We put a salvo out there, and then we are going to ping the map and say that there's a destroyer here as we kill the California for kill number 4. Now, if you remember the code from the start, WVXK, as I get spotted again. Now, having dropped spot and picked up spot, I know that destroyer has just come past that tiny little island in the middle of the map. I am expecting torpedoes. I am expecting a destroyer to rush me. I have loaded high explosive in preparation for that, and now we are going to play a little game of hide and seek. Now, would you torpedo me from behind, or would you not? There's our Emerald. He just goes out to the Ark Royal again. So he sailed all the way around the outside of the map, all the way through Charlie Cap, didn't bother taking it while he was there, and then continued to chase the Ark Royal and died for his efforts. You will notice that I'm no longer spotted, so the question is, and my position here is so that if the destroyer comes left or right of me out in front of these islands, that he will be immediately detected. Now, he could be smarter and head away, but there we go. We get spotted. We gun the engines. We're going to start a turn. He did come out a little bit further than anticipated. He came out exactly where I would have, but his concealment is not the best, and RNG absolutely screws us. The only saving grace in that salvo is we blacked his torpedo launchers. Now, whether or not that was all of them or just some of them, I don't know, but the smart move for him would have been to stop shooting at me and to hide in his smoke screen. He isn't that bright either, and I'm going to ripple fire my turrets and guarantee myself Kraken number 10 on the free-to-play account. Oh, there we go. Somehow we have managed to pull back this game when the Ark Royal was absolutely trashing everything. Now, our California there is still chasing the Ark Royal. He gets himself a clear sky out of it. He's actually going to finish top of the leaderboard because of all the planes that he has shot down. But why so
really.
many members of the team decided to throw themselves against what is still a very powerful, I won't say overpowered, it is still a very powerful aircraft carrier, I do not know. Some people have not got the sense that they were born with. In fact, I think some people had it surgically removed before they were born. Now, I did think that the Ark Royal might still be running and coming this way, which is why I pulled the 180. There's the clear sky for the California. That's a lot of XP for 30 planes, and we ain't going to get this guy spotted before the game ends, and thankfully, we are going to take a win. 96,000 damage, 5 kills, a high caliber, and Kraken Unleashed number 10 on the free-to-play account. I think it's the second or third on the West Virginia on this account, to be honest. I had that 7-kill game. And there we go. The California finishes all of 250 XP above me for all of the planes that he shut down. He did also pick up a high caliber and a dev strike. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Don't forget, smash the like button, leave a comment, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.